What if I don't have the equipment or a gym handy?
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.
We are excited that once again, we have been able to create for you over 503 episodes of Life's Inside Track, where we share insider tips, real estate insight, and a whole lot more about just how to live a life full of vitality and a life full of exponentiality.
Ooh, that's
a big word, right?
Yeah, I like it.
And the great news is you can get access to them on YouTube and or CHRI from home, from the office, or even on the go.
Cool. So traveling.
On the go.
Starting to travel.
Yeah, we are starting to travel.
A little bit, but also people were at home, the gyms were closed, and you couldn't exercise, or you thought you couldn't exercise.
Right.
Because you couldn't even order equipment, like exercise equipment for home gyms was like hard to get. And they were gouging, like it went from $1 a pound for a free weight to like $3 a pound for a free weight.
You call that gouging?
Well, metal didn't go up that much.
Right. And so what we're going to learn in this episode is Ken calls them tricks, but when I hear the word tricks, I kind of think
hacks.
Okay, I'll use hacks, I'll use tips, I'll use even some thoughts, some techniques even I'll use, some tools, because that's what we promise you.
What are we leveraging?
We're leveraging something that we can't deny, but we can't see. It's out there.
Oh my goodness. Do you have to have faith?
You have to have faith.
Well, good thing
and we're going to be
the next
talking
show
about
will be on faith.
Exactly. So the thing that you can't see, that you can't touch, you can't feel, and it's the thing you're going to leverage when it comes to your physical exercise when you don't have equipment or a gym. That's gravity. I thought Ken was going to say it because I was just going on way too long, but I was having way too much fun. And I'm sure all of you were saying, would you just say gravity? Hurry it up. And so, yeah, gravity. Gravity is an incredible thing because, like I said, you can't see it, you can't touch it, you can't feel it. And often we think we need those free weights. We need that $3 a pound of metal or plastic. And really, do we?
I think it's a great equalizer because gravity works on us all equally.
It does.
Unless you're on a space shuttle or something.
Right. But while we're here on Earth living the human experience, gravity is our friend. It's our friend when it comes to physical exercise. That's as far as we're going to go with it. So what we're going to talk about is some techniques and tools that you can use to get the most out of the impact of gravity rather than what has happened to me, and maybe this has happened to you in the past, is I would fall down a fair bit. And the reason I would fall down is I didn't have a good solid core.
Oh, I thought it was because of gravity, because you couldn't fall up.
I can't fall up, but I would fall down because I didn't have good control of my core, so I didn't have stability. Right? And I even fell so hard as to break the leg and get metal and all that stuff in it, which is another story. And I don't know that that was so much because I had a weak core, but I had unsolid footing.
So now that you got metal in you, does gravity affect you more because you're heavier?
Well, it's not the heavier part, is I have less stability, so my core has become even more essential. Because the leg is not as solid as it used to be. So regardless of whether you've broken something or not, if you have, you'll probably notice that you favor it always.
So we're at home, or many of us are at home. Gyms are semi-open now. Maybe they're not going to be. Who knows, right?
And maybe some of us just don't like taking the time to drive to the gym and drive home. They would rather exercise from home.
That's true. So you lose like about a half an hour, depending on where you live.
Right. And where it is. Maybe you lose an hour and then you got to shower someplace that ain't home. And yeah, you can tell where I sit on that one. Yeah. So we've had a home gym always, and yet there's not a lot of equipment in it. So we have actually learned how to use gravity as our ally. Yeah, so what are some of the tools?
Well, one that we do with Virginia all the time is eccentrics.
Yeah.
Right. And we do that 1 or 2 times a week. And it's really using gravity. And it's kind of a combination of yoga and ballet.
And Tai Chi.
And Tai Chi. Now, we just mentioned 3 other things or disciplines that people could do to work their body and strengthen it using gravity and balance.
Right, exactly. And then, so eccentrics, and you would just, this wasn't going to be a thing about Virginia because she's not here with us today. And yet it's been an incredible thing. It's actually online right now in this season. And you can do a 30-minute class, a 45-minute class, and you can actually even get access to a free live 7:15 on Wednesday mornings. And all you have to do is become part of her private group at Sustainable Wellness Now. And I will invite you in if you let me know you want in, or just ask and say, Yetta said so. Yetta said, let me in.
Now, one that I love to hate is squats. Do you remember we used to hold each other's hands and do free squats, just up and down until our legs burn?
Yeah.
So gravity, pushing up and lowering slow. Like most exercises don't need to be done fast.
No, they're
Doing
actually
slow. It's harder and more beneficial.
Right. There's way more benefit to doing it slowly. And in the last segment, we talked about leveraging our knowledge. And when it comes to squats, there is a right way and a wrong way. You want to keep your back straight. You want to stay solid and let your legs do the lifting, not your lower back.
Yeah, because that can be very, very hurtful.
Right. Then gravity hurts you when you're doing a thing the wrong way.
And another one that my trainer loves to do with me is push-ups. Because push-ups, you can do so many different things. You can do it wide. You can do it normal. You can do it close together, which works your triceps more than your chest. But you're working your whole upper body. You're working your core because it's like doing a plank, right? And then she'll have me lift one leg or lift the other leg so that you now even bring more balanced core strength.
And then another one, which took me a long time to get comfortable with, is lunges. And lunges, you can either do a walking lunge or you can do a lunge in place. You can do one side a certain number of reps and then move to the other side. If coordination is a challenge, I'm speaking from personal experience, right? I've had to learn how to do it because it didn't come naturally. And a lot of these things, even though we're saying all we're using is gravity, we still get way more out of it if we get precision in the way we utilize.
Oh, yes.
So the benefit of gravity is increased when we do it with precision.
Yeah, and also you can double the trouble by doing like a one-legged squat where you put the other leg in front of you or behind you. You may need something to slightly balance yourself with.
Move from lunges to squats.
Yeah, one-legged squat.
Just trying to now confuse people.
No. The other thing you can do with lunges, if you want to stay on lunges, I thought we were way off lunges, but if we can stay on lunges, you can do a side lunge where you dip on the leg that you're pushing out and the other leg stays straight, and do a bunch and then do them the opposite direction. That's a great groin stretch, great leg strengthener.
And that's great. Actually.
Are we okay with lunges?
We're
now?
okay with lunges now.
Good.
And if you're saying you guys haven't mentioned the one I want, you can email us which one it is. You can make comments. You can let us know what you're doing. And we're going to give a couple more real quick.
Superman.
Right?
Superman is my
so
favorite because I can lay on my belly. But then, you got to raise your arms up, raise your feet off the ground where you can tension your back, and then lifting right hand, left foot. And then reversing, that's a brain teaser as as an exercise.
And then you can do arm lifts. So even for your arm strength, you can do arm blasts. Like you can't stop the number of things. You can't exhaust, I guess, the list of things that you can do by just using gravity. So as you get creative, let us know. And our recommendation and what we had to do is calendar doing the exercise, taking some time. And you can start, Ken says 10 minutes is the minimum. I say 5 because when there was more than 5, I didn't do none because it took too much. So just choose something, start small, and you can always increase from there. We're grateful to be your partners on the journey of wealth, wisdom, and even vitality.
Moving forward with the Decker team. Moving forward together with the Decker team.